Hi everyone, Jayma Malmy here, and today I'm going to show you this layout with a few little alterations. So what I've cut out here is everything that I'm going to be using, and this is all pre-designed in Close to My Heart's latest Cricut collection. So this layout right here already comes designed, ready to just input into Design Space and cut. I'm altering it just a little bit. I'm going to make some changes and wanted to show you how versatile this is, so you can ungroup everything, add more flowers if you want. I decided to take out this decorative frame, and I'm just going to use my own picture in there, or just make my own plain frame in there without the ornate detail here. This could be used standalone for any layout, though. It doesn't have to be used just for this. So this is created to be a layout. It's really hard to see. There's a really cute background. It's on an off-white 12 by 12 paper with a white sort of grid background. I don't know if you can see that at all. I'm not cutting out that grid background because I'm gonna use this stencil that I also cut out from this Cricut collection. Now this is actually designed to be the background of a card, to just cut with paper and have this be a background of a 5 by 7 card, but I decided to cut it onto some stencil film, and I'm going to be adding some texture paste to my background of the layout instead of adding that grid overlay. So I'm still gonna have some detail in the background of my layout. And then the other thing I've decided to do is I didn't cut this lovely word, and instead I cut my own word. It says Malmy's, it's our last name, and I'm gonna put a family photo in there. And so I made that just about the same size as the lovely in here, and I'll put that on there instead. I may add the and make it the Malmy's, but for now it just says Malmy's. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this, and I'll speed it up and let you watch the process. I also wanted to show you, I saved all these little pieces that came out from cutting that stencil film, the stencil from the stencil film. And these are, it's stencil film, but it's almost like vellum. So I thought that I would save those and I could use them on another project. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, here we are, gonna speed this up, and I hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down some scratch paper and do my texture paste through the stencil. Now I did not take a lot of care in making sure that the stencil was lined up, and I wanted that kind of messy look. In fact, I even got out of the lines of the stencil a bit and had to clean it up, but you're not going to notice any of that, so don't worry about making sure that you're perfect. Just get it on there. I think I did it a little too thick the first time, and so the other 3 corners I did it a little bit thinner. And just make sure it's not too thick or it'll take longer to dry. And you want to make sure you have it the thickness of the look that you're going for. So I did it in all 4 corners, and then I took my charcoal shimmer brush and I squeezed it onto that block, and then I used the shimmer brush like a paintbrush and just tapped the sparkle onto the page. And this shimmer brush has like a platinum silver shimmer to it with the gray color in it, and so it's really, really pretty. Now I'm going to assemble the page. The page under the base page is pretty dry. I mostly dried it to the touch, but it was dry enough. Now I wasn't able to use that top part of the embroidery hoop because I actually had cut the embroidery hoop out bigger. I was going to try to use it on a different project, and then it didn't work out. So then I decided to use it on the scrapbook page. So it's a little bigger than I wanted it, but that's okay. I didn't want these going to waste because it took pretty much a whole piece of cardstock. Of course, I have the centered left over still for something, but definitely didn't want to waste that, so I used it. And I did make it 2 layers, so you saw that I had that other piece of white. This is actually the, not vanilla cream, what's it called? French vanilla underneath it, because I wanted to, first of all, give it a little bit of dimension like an embroidery hoop. I could have done a few more layers because I actually did cut several layers of it, but I didn't want a lot of bulk in my scrapbook. But I did want that 1 layer underneath because I didn't want like texture paste or the shimmer brush gray from the shimmer brush to show through those little holes. I just wanted it to be white. So I'm putting on all of these outline details, and I'm using my liquid glass to do that with the fine tip applicator. And this has been my preferred method of putting on those real skinny detail outlines, which are in a lot of these pages of the Cricut collection, which are such nice details, but it is a little bit tedious to put together. But I really think the outcome is worth it. So I'm going to do that for all of these flowers and the leaves. And I'm going to be cutting some of that out so you don't have to watch all of it because it's pretty much all the same thing. But I wanted you to see some of it. So for the leaves, in the design space file, it shows you 2 different colors of green. So what I did is I took the fern and I used the front side of the fern for the darker color green, and then I used the back side of the fern cardstock for the lighter color green, because our cardstock, Close to My Heart's cardstock, is 2-sided. One side is the actual color, and then the other side is a lighter version of that color, which comes in real handy. So I didn't have to use 2 pieces of cardstock for that. So I put them all, I laid them out just as was designed. And I had my tablet up in front of me, my Surface Pro, which is kind of like what I've been showing you my projects on in the beginning. It's not an iPad or a tablet. It's an actual computer that converts to a tablet. So I did want to point that out because I know that using Design Space is different on a tablet versus a computer. So that actually works like a computer. So when I show you my tutorials and stuff like that, I'm actually showing you on a computer, even though it looks like a tablet. But anyways, I have that up in front of me so that I have a reference and can see what this looks like. And I just have it just right up in front on my desk. So I'm just looking at the placement for everything and putting it exactly where the Design Space file has it. So really the only differences between my layout and the file are I didn't use that grid background. I did my own mixed media background, and I changed the word that's on the banner, and I used a font called Magnolia Sky, which is my favorite font to cut on the Cricut for stuff like this, or for home decor and stuff like that. It is free from dafont.com, and I love the Magnolia Sky font, so check it out if you haven't already. And once you download the file from Dafont, you'll just double click, open the file, you'll see the option to install, and then it will be installed, and then you can use it in Design Space. So I just cut my own mat for my photo, and it is, I believe, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, so that it will fit a 4 by 6 photo. And then my intention is that this will be the cover page of my scrapbook. I'm not sure which scrapbook yet, but I scrapbook by year. So above the photo where there's all that white space, I will put the year, and so that'll take up some of that white space. And then this is the perfect cover photo for our scrapbook with our last name on there. So I didn't use all of the pieces. You see I have some leftover leaves over there off to the left. And so I I didn't use quite as many leaves as the file showed. I had forgotten about that. But I went back through with my clear shimmer brush, which is amazing. If you watch my videos, you know I use this all the time to add shine, and it just adds the perfect amount of shimmer. It's really hard to catch on camera, but I'll show you in some of the close-ups at the end. But the other thing that this does, besides add amazing shimmer, is when you use the liquid glass, if it seeps out of those little tiny lines at all, you can see it because it is a glossy finish. But if I go through and use the shimmer brush on it, it kind of hides that shine that's seeped out. So it kind of does double duty. So here are some close-ups of that, and then I'm going to show you some still shots as well. If you enjoyed this process video, I will link all of my process videos below. It's a playlist on my YouTube channel, so you can check those out. And if you need this collection like I did, I have my Cricut affiliate link below. This is only available through Close to My Heart Consultants, so you can purchase it through my affiliate link. It will take you right to Cricut's website where you can purchase it. It is only $29.95, by the way, and it is well worth the money. It will be available in your Cricut account right away to use right away. So thank you so much for visiting. If you would subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it, and click that notification bell if you would like to be notified when I post new videos. Thanks a lot and have a great day.